Hello and welcome to WoW's Operation Replays. Today we have LordSlayer back again, and he sent me something that, a ranked gameplay of him in a U-190. Now his team is an Iowa, Frederick DeGrossa, Zeiton, Seattle, Z44. He's against an Iwani, Frederick DeGrossa, Kansas Breast, Fletcher, and Sturdy. So, I mean, the enemy team has, I would call the advantage, but his is just barely advantageable. But the reason I'm featuring this is because, as you all know, I don't like subs. I don't. I have no intention of playing them. I don't really like the play style just because I find it boring. And I just don't really like it, but that's just my personal opinion. So, unfortunately, LordSlayer has a lot of subs, so he's agreed to give me sub gameplay. Now, he did send this to me over the forums and gave me his thoughts as he was making this, video. Or during this gameplay. So I do have his thoughts also here of what he was thinking. So this, as with most ranked gameplay, it's going to be more like what his team does. Because when he sent me his thoughts, what he was thinking, his thoughts were actually very organized, and he had a plan. But, ranked is always a team thing, and when the team, falls, it just throws everything out of whack. As you can see, all the battleships in the DD are going to be, which is going to be the cap that's going to be held. So most of the fighting is going to be done at sea. Like, you can see the enemy team already, and they're kind of spreading more, going towards the same thing. So so they just have to hold it in. But we'll see what happens. As you can see, the Zeiton and the Frederick are just kind of hanging back, but you see the Iowa and the Z. Well, mostly the Iowa is just going balls in there, which anyone knows in ranked is a bad thing. Now, I will say, out of all the subs that I have played, I find that the Germans are my favorite, just because I like the torps and I like their consumables. I love the German subs. I think the British have some merits to them, but I'm not a fan of the Americans. I wish I could see the Iowa's health, because, I'm absolutely sure Iowa's going down. Yeah, the Iowa's pushing in there way too deep. He's going to go down. Let's face it, folks. Even I can tell that. Now, he does, oddly enough, and they're like, now they're telling him to get back. And you saw there was a brief, 30,000 health there. So, he's lost about a third of his health. Oh, okay, so they do kill the Sturdy. Slayer didn't know what happened to it, so he was so busy fighting, which I can understand. He's literally right in front of an Iwani. You're so focused on the game, you don't notice what's going on. I am kind of shocked that the Iowa, it took them that long to get the Iowa down, though. And the team really, there was no reason for them to really push that link. They would have just kept pushing in. The Z would have went in. There wasn't no point. I think that is a permanent flood. Nope. Yeah, that is a permanent flood on the Iwani.
Problem solved, sir.
The FDG, he's going down. That ship is, well, garbage. I'll be honest. I hate that ship with a passion. Yeah, he's gone. It's garbage. It is so useless. Like, it gets tier 8 guns at tier 9. The thing's like a slug. Gotta give the Z credit for getting the breast down, but I have no idea how low he was. Oh, come on, Zayton. You can get that. Fletcher.
Our team has taken the lead.
Okay, he does pick up the Fletcher. Well, the Z's going down. I mean, there's no way he's taking... Unless, if he can ram or take that Kansas with him, he can win. But I don't think he will. Yep, no, he's dead. He's dead. He's totally dead. Damn. Because it's gonna... It looks... the enemy team, I think, is going to win this because... Had they killed that Kansas, it would have been, you know, game over for them. Because they would have had the ship advantage. And it's really hard to kill a sub. Yep, they're... Oh, wow, the Zayton got... Yeah, man, they've lost. There's no way. So we'll just see how much damage he can rack up now. That's interesting. As you can see, the Seattle's backing up and is basically still bow in. Now, that's not really a good way to run Seattle. You're not a Worcester. You're definitely not a Worcester because it's not going to end well. I mean, I would rather put double rudder shift and a range mod on it for that kind of ranked battle. Now is that 50,000 and climb, 60,000 and climbing. But as you can see, this is honestly why most people hate subs, because there's not much you can do. But I mean, this Iwani just knows he needs to run, but he's going down. He's going down. There's nothing he can do. So Slayer basically killed that whole Iwani by himself, and now the Seattle saying dumb team, which is, well, let's be honest, folks. Anyone that has played ranked, that is typical gameplay, and just something that we all know happens in a ranked. Can you pause that? Pause it. I'm sorry. And, like, the toxicity in ranked has always been there. Let's be honest, it's always been there. It's always been there. It's never going to change. I mean, overall, it was slightly close, but I mean, you know, in the way I see it, I don't see how the Kansas is, the Seattle's just running. I mean, he probably has a range mod. I mean, yeah, he knows, but I mean, I'm not going to criticize Slayer because he's doing what he can. I feel like this was mostly his team. I mean, for him, he's trying to stall these caps because they do have the point lead. The downside is Seattle so far that he isn't spotting anymore, so yeah.
Commander, we've been detected.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Problem solved, sir.
I will say that was a pretty good blind drop from him. That was a good blind drop from the guy. And he turns in. Damn. Damn.
Problem solved, sir.
I'm pretty sure he's dead from this depth charge. Nope. He's getting just damaged, but I think the saturation's taking over. Uh-oh. Yeah, he's dead. Damn. That was a good blind drop, though. I'll give it to the Kansas. He does get the Kansas. No, I wish I could see the. He's saying good game, but had the Seattle just kept peppering that FDG, he would have died. Like, this was honestly a winnable battle with just a little bit of mistakes all over the place. But I will give it to the Kansas. Those are some pretty good blind drops. Okay, yeah, like, see, the Seattle's still 3/4 health. He could have... Yes, the Seattle is squishy, but... Also, FDG doesn't have the most accurate guns. So, like, they've lost the point advantage now, so they can't win. It's just going to point out at this point. Because the FDG can just cap and then run. So some pretty good misplays from the Seattle. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Kansas he could have burnt down. The FDG he could have just wiggled and dodged and went after him. So, I mean, he screwed up. Let's be honest. Yes, it does have a health advantage, but not a huge health advantage. I mean, and it had the Z44 torped and killed the Kansas. Slayer would have had those caps, and they would have had the point advantage. There would have been nothing they could have done. Oh god, look at the dispersion when it's actually good. That's what I would want on. So I was going to rerun Seattle. I'd run a double rudder mod with range mod. Sacrifice detectability for DPM. Because Seattle doesn't have a great reload. It doesn't. Yeah, Seattle's screwed now that he's in the secondary range now. The secondaries are just going to melt his armor. There's nothing he can do. He's outside of the radar range, buddy. It's only... You only get 9 kilometers on the Worcester, not 10. So that's a misplay on his part. Heavy cruisers get 10, light cruisers only get 9. I will say a decent comeback from the enemy team, though.
Battle ends in
They
5
were the
minutes.
underdogs for like most of the match, and then just a bunch of luck. Candace doing his job to kill LordSlayer really tipped the balance. I feel like LordSlayer was holding the team together. His team just didn't want to agree with him. But solid gameplay from Slayer.